Hi again. In A.T. Robertson, The Divinity of Christ in the Gospel of John, we're on page 134, dealing with chapter 18, Jesus before Annas. John alone records this preliminary examination of Jesus by Annas preceding the appearance before the Sanhedrin. He says, first, with an allusion to the examination before Caiaphas, probably the reason was simply to keep Jesus in a secure place while the Sanhedrin were assembling for the trial. It was, besides, a mark of respect to this powerful ex-high priest, the head of the Sadducees. Annas had been high priest himself, AD 7 to 14, and he kept the office in the family till 5 successive sons held it, besides his son-in-law, Joseph Caiaphas, who now has it. Caiaphas, by the way, held the office from AD 18 to 36. The Talmud pronounces a curse on the family of Hanan, or Hanan, and their serpent hissings, as it puts it. Yet at this time, Hanan, had a powerful following. The Talmud, besides, gives the Pharisaic standpoint against the Sadducees. John alone explains that Annas is the father-in-law of Caiaphas. This fact makes it clear how Annas has so much power, though not in office. Annas is probably the moving spirit in the whole business, and that's B.F. Westcott's opinion anyway, certainly from the standpoint of the Sadducees. It is not clear why Caiaphas questions Jesus in this informal examination before Annas. It is possible that John may here refer to Annas by high priest out of courtesy, as popular usage uses the title governor after a man is no longer occupying that position. Verse 24 seems to make it plain that Jesus is still before Annas in verses 19 to 23. The question to Jesus about his disciples and his teaching was keenly resented by the master, who ignores the implied slur upon his disciples as the ignorant multitude. As to the teaching of Jesus, that is public property, as Annas knows only too well by personal experience. The question implied that there was something secret and sinister in his teaching, which he was not willing to tell in public. Socrates says when on trial, quote, "If anyone says that he has ever learned or heard anything from me in private, which the world has not heard, be assured he says what is not true." End of quote. Jesus did teach the 11 many things that he did not proclaim to the world, but nothing contradictory to his public teaching, and only to make them effective teachers of the public. His teaching was not esoteric in the usual sense of the word. His protest was met with a slap of the hand by one of the officers, which Jesus did not return, or could not, in fact, if still bound, as was unlikely, but would not in any case, though he made further protest against this abuse of his person and of his rights to a fair trial. He did not turn the other cheek, showing that his language on that subject, Matthew 5:39, the Sermon on the Mount, is not to be taken too literally. There would be divided opinions, of course, about that. Next time, Peter's downfall, I'll put in a link to F.F. Bruce's discussion of the politics of Sadducees and Pharisees in the days of Jesus. See you soon.